From executive producers Brennan Ortiz and Chauncey C. Brings to you an LGBTQIA talk show where they express to understand. With hosts like Miss Carter, Random Thoughts, and Radio Raheem. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Brennan Ortiz here, and as you know, I am the creator and EP of The What? The Response Talk Show, where we express to understand. Only here on Bach Media's YouTube channel, and now we're streaming on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We will be on Break TV this holiday season. Anyway. Like I told you guys, I could run my mouth 100,000 of one times, but I just wanted to come here as the EP and just say, hey, thank you guys for watching The Response. Thank you guys for supporting Bot Media's YouTube channel. We are at 25K views in total in regards to all of the productions and content that we have put out there. I'm gonna have a few other announcements later on, but I can ramble on again and again and again, so. Okay guys, well let's get into some clips real quick before I just start chatting my mouth away. Because as you guys know, I am the creator and the EP of The Response. I'm the one that chats the most. So, before we get into any more of my chatterbox, let's rewind the beginning of finding these people. Yes, so I held auditions and I did not know who I wanted, what I wanted. I just know that I wanted people that were a part of what they call the alphabet community. And I wanted my people to be seen in all different shades. I wanted my brothers and sisters of the LGBT community, my people, to be seen, to be heard in different ways, because we are not just butch queens. I cannot just speak for everybody. I don't know all of the community's experiences. So I went and saw for some people. Did I saw for some people or did I seek for some people? I think I seeked them. But anywho, so as I was seeking these people, I was recommended by several of my, I would say, friends. One of my good besties, I call him my best, he called me his best, Ish Brown, introduced me to this individual. Take a look.
To a break message from our supporters, Brooklyn Community Pride Center. Okay. And when we return, we will have cast and director click whatever. So take errors in this script.
No, that's
so I really.
So what? Yeah. It's really all you was. I was gonna replace words.
Right, and then I wrote it in 10 minutes, girl.
But we have chemistry.
No, y'all do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
We already.
I was about to say that's it.
They're well together.
You remember me?
They're not
Yes.
too much.
It brings us
They're
in.
piggyback.
Say how can I do this with you?
I'm never on my phone, so. But you know what? I can do that to work today. That person was so nice. Yeah, on my phone, yeah.
Tonight, I'll be passing the mic to Miss Carter for a special community highlight. What's up, Tia?
Quiet effect. And we'll be right back with this. And we'll be right back. Thank you for watching The Response, and we'll be right back. Action. Thank you for watching The Response, and we'll be right back with this one.
Ready? It's the fucking plan.
It's the plan.
Now he can't wait to get to
You
the
say I'm
shit.
I'm not even thinking about that.
It's too
I have
much.
plenty of time for that. Anyway, Brendan. Let's get into our artists of the week and stay tuned for the Big 3 finale thoughts.
Action.
And thank you for watching the Kiki version of the Response Show, the Red Cup version. Laser Strip is cool.
Okay.
Clear Pathway is cool. No Bush. Like, you gotta show that. Ain't nobody got I want it to be clear.
You want to see it. You want to know what direction you're going.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. All right, now, next one. This one.
Okay, so I got to meet Raheem. And when I met Raheem, Raheem was a bubble. Raheem was in a bubble. And let me tell you something about Raheem. Raheem has a big ass personality. This dude has so much jokes, inner jokes, side jokes, low jokes, cum jokes, couple cut jokes. He got the jokes. You just got to be listening to this man because he's wise and he is of his age. Oh, but should I say that? Because they be saying that I be throwing, little shade. But Raheem was and is one of my choices that throughout every transition that we had, even with him being a part of it, for the time that Raheem has been with us, it's not been that long. So it is amazing to see him and his growth and actually busting out of his shell. So as you start something new, you become nervous and you don't know what will be foreseen from it, right? Well, Raheem has showed us his personality. Now, let's get into Miss Carter. Oh my God. I was going to save her for last. You know what? Let's save her for last. Because, baby, y'all are going to get an earful. Anywho, let's get into one of our thoughtful individuals. One of the individuals who was very much what we needed on this show in regards to an inspirational individual. Every one of these hosts on the show gives their own personality, gives their own gives their own projection to what the response is, right? And so the response is to express to understand. See, random thought is the understanding part of it all. He helps you understand. He gives you understanding. He also enlightens you every week with a random thought. Take a look at this.
Now, with that being said, let's take it back to the couch with Tia with today's final thought.
So let's get into our artist pick of the week.
Let's get into our out artist top pick of the week. No, you didn't say top.
I wanted to say top.
Yeah, our artist.
Let's get into our out artist pick of the week.
That's much easier. The out artist pick of the week.
Yeah, let's get into our out artist pick of the week.
Okay.
Yeah, wipe this up again because you wet.
Child.
Come on, we wet.
I'm going through menopause. I told y'all that already.
I'll turn the air on for 10 minutes if y'all happy now.
All right. Oh, that's gonna get the air on. All right, hold on.
Get it?
Make sure that your hand is so busy catching God's blessings that you are not able to hold on to grudges. Keep in mind, if you put God in everything, God's hands will be over everything. That's random thought. I just have random thoughts randomly.
Write that down.
I didn't face homophobia from
Straight people.
I did, but men. It wasn't never from men. It was from cisgender women. There was a girl across the street. Her name was Yadida. I'll never forget her. And we had all just moved in. Everybody moved from shelters, and she was turning the rope, and the rope popped. And I laughed because the rope popped. And she was like, "Ooh, I can't stand y'all." She was like, "And I don't know why you laughing. You acting like a faggot." And I was like, "What's that?"
Okay, it was funny, you big clumsy bitch.
What's that? So ready. Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Random Thoughts. And as you know, today's Random Thought is this.
Now, if you guys followed me, you knew that every part of this show is a part of me. I try to implement myself in this show because I'm the creator, so I know what I would want to watch and what I would like to take away from a show. Yes, I want a little ratchet, but I also want some inspiration, but I also want some history. And I also want to know some, I want information. So if I could get all of that in a talk show, baby, we gonna get it. So that is what Brandom Thought brings. Brandom Thoughts brings the inspiration, the informative aspects of it, the statistic, the I got the facts. I'm gonna pull it up because he always has something in his phone. We go on commercial break. He always pulling like, look, did y'all see this? Okay, so I saved Mother for last, right? As you guys all know, Mother has been a part of the Response talk show since the first set of full production cast. She was a part of last year's. We signed her last year. I've always known Tia Carter to be a very hardworking individual. I met her 5 years ago in production, and we clicked from that. And it really has a lot to do with our creativity and our arts and the respect and the love that we have for each other as well. That is totally a plus on top of the work ethic that we put in together and how well we work together, from bouncing off ideas with each other to actually hearing each other. It's very imperative in the production. And so it hasn't been officially announced, but I'm going to officially announce it tonight, where we let you guys all know that Tia Carter, or Miss Carter, or Talia Vaughn, as she tells me to call her in regards to addressing her for this position that we're just going to go ahead and crown her with. We want to crown her with the executive producer position as well, as she has been with the Response talk show for the amount of years that she has been with the Response talk show, and the amount of energy and creativity that she has poured into this show. She definitely produces the highlight, the community highlight with Radio Raheem. That is hers. She does that. That's her thing. Now with next season, we have some special things. Later on in the episode, I'll explain those things. But tonight, get into Miss Carter. Get into these clips. Get into her past. Get into what she has contributed to the Response. Take it out.
And tune in next week for another episode of The Response. See you next time. Ooh, rolling on a response. Hey, rolling, yeah. Ooh, rolling on a response.
Rolling on a response.
From a king and
Right.
reinforcing powerful things like that.
Affirmations.
So it's the system's way of tearing us down and telling us that no, this is not proper and your hair needs to be this way for you to fit this standard. Like I said, it's a bunch of bullshit, and it's I am not my hair, I am not this skin, I am not your expectations, no. Let me stop. But you finna go to Lambda and be in a dark room and shit?
Brandon is my witness. She fills it all my time. All the time. All the time.
I'll be giving you your life.
I appreciate it.
Let's get this take done in like 5 minutes, 7 minutes,
Yeah, you know,
so that we can get everybody changed.
I mean, if the background would be quiet.
Quiet on set, it's filming, action. Oh wait till for this action. Action, it's been filming though.
Hello, I'm Miss Carter, and today we have an extra special community highlight.
Action.
Hello, and welcome back to Response. I am Miss Carter, and today we are tackling a topic that we see all over social media. I really noticed myself that there are a lot of, posts and podcasts and different.
Now, do you see why she's still here? Now, let me tell you, it's not hard and it's not easy for you to be who you are. And for her, she is who she is. I don't know why I just pointed at the laptop because she's not right there. But for her, she is who she is, right? And she will always vocalize what she wants to vocalize. She will always be very strategic about what she's saying so that you understand. You may not agree, but you will understand her. You understand? Because I understand. Anywho, okay, guys. So we got into the cast. You guys already know the cast from the first episode to the fourth episode. So let's get into the fifth episode. And again, this is your boy, Brendan Ortiz here, the executive producer and the creator of the Response Talk Show, where they, where they express to understand, only produced by Bop Media. That's Brendan Ortiz production. Thank you guys. Tune into the cast.
Hello, and welcome back to Response. This is the season finale episode of our pilot series. It has been amazing filming with you two gentlemen. I have Mr. Radio Raheem here and Mr. Brendan Dawes.
I love the way you say my name.
Do you?
I do.
So, how do you all feel about being to the completion of a project that we have done?
Good, you go first.
Good.
I feel good. It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting topics. Great energy doing this with you guys. But overall, a learning experience for sure.
Oh, good. That's good. And for me, I love to complete things. I like to dream of things and then see them come to fruition, and I like to see them come to completion. And I think this is definitely one of the ventures where it came to completion, and I'm very proud of that.
I want to give a special shout out to our executive producers, Brendan Ortiz and Chauncey C. We appreciate you guys so much, and just thankful for your energy and, all the collaborative ideas and, just all of that. So this episode, we are going to have just an open topic and talk about a few different things. We like to bounce off of each other and, hear each other's opinions. And you can you can always chime in at TRTS. So let's get into
Get into some things.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's start off with this. Several months back we tackled the conversation when Just Hilarious came out and made a response to a trans person making some remarks regarding womanhood, whatever. So now we see that there has been, this was a couple weeks ago, but there was a woman, a cisgender woman, or a woman born female, who was attacked because someone thought that she was trans. And around the time that Just Hilarious made the statements that she made, a woman was attacked because people thought that she was trans. So let's revisit the topic of how transphobia is affecting cis people, or natural born females, or however you want to say it. I just like to say women because there's been a lot of controversy around the term cis. So we say women. We want to respect everyone here.
Yes.
But let's talk about the way that transphobia affects the cisgender community.
That's a very sensitive topic. I feel. I do believe a lot of cisgender, whether they're man or woman, not all are transphobic, but there's a good percentage that are. Sometimes it's people that we are close to. Sometimes it's our family members. So I do feel like it is a sensitive topic, but my take on it is it's more about people being educated. I feel like if they're educated, there can be less transphobia. If we can just enlighten our loved ones and friends or whoever more, just teaching them what the experience is about. It will help, like, minimize the transphobia. I don't think it will fully take it away, but I do feel it can be minimized with more education for sure.
Brandon.
Yes, well, I'm a cisgendered male. I'm not of a trans experience, and I'm an ally. But I think much like this pendulum on this table, I don't think that transphobia or how trans people of an experience affects cisgender life, I think it's the other way around.
Yes.
I think that cisgender, from the heteronormative, from the patriarchal society, from slavery, from just years and years and years of oppression, has always yearned for something to oppress, and it seems to be that for now. I think maybe, and I can't put a number on it, but in a few years, I think we'll be in a time where, and hopefully with the help of all of you viewers who were educated from us throughout the season from the different topics in which we talked about, that it just opens up your mind just a little tad bit, and if it doesn't open your mind, you now can express yourself to understand, because that's what we do here at The Response. So that's what I think. In a few years, it'll be something else. Maybe the aliens will come and...
Let me ask you, why is there such a need within Black culture, specifically Black men, to disassociate from LGBT, from having gay friends? Like,
let me tell you something. And it's different things out there, and content is what you consume. I say that all the time. And I watch like Now That's TV, right? And I'm watching Deja Vu, and it has the trans woman on there, Joyce, and Kenzie's on there as well. And when I see how people interact necessarily with those two women, it's because of kind of what they do with blaming and saying, oh, because someone is nice to you, that they're into you. Or, it's this whole misconception that, oh, because I say hi to you, I want to, sleep with you or have sex with you or be associated with being either a tranny lover or, all of the different terms, the ridiculous shit they come out with out there. I think that's why they disassociate themselves. But I know a lot of people who embrace the trans community because they're people. You understand what I'm saying? It's about being it's people.
You know what? I feel the need to say this, and let me look dead into the camera and, say this. What trans women are and the foundation that we are built on, let me tell you something, like these trans women that, open these doors and pave the way was some of the baddest bitches that you would ever seen or known or whatever. I am proud to call myself a woman of trans experience. I am proud of being a trans woman and the shoulders of the trans women that I stand on. The women who built, these things, the Sanayas and, all of the trans women. Like, even I'm from St. Louis, so I had, women like, Tyra and Nikki, and I had amazing examples to see and to grow up after and who to admire. These women are iconic in my eyes. So I don't want to take away from that or belittle that. It used to be powerful and a thing to be trans and to be a woman, a trans woman, to sit and to, have gender affirming surgeries and things like that. It was it used to be a symbol of greatness because not every woman reached that level. But I've said in previous episodes, maybe we have put an image out there that is maybe unrealistic, because the way we show up the baddest bitches, face beat, hair done, outfit on, body on, and people started to emulate that so much to the point that people don't even want to transition to be women anymore. They want to transition to be trans. So I just want to acknowledge the power in, who we are as trans people, and that is to never be belittled. But now we live in an age where so many other things are emerging. And I don't want to say it takes away our value, because nothing can take away my value.
Right.
But some of the things that happening now, it is taking away from the things that the trans community have built for years and years and years. The respect and
So can I play devil's advocate again? So do you think not so much as because you show up as the baddest bitch and y'all have had a history of showing up like that from your past, do you think that now because there is so much access, as we said in our past episodes, this is a good time to, not right now, but go back and look at those episodes. Do you see like the access is more, so people are now evolving into becoming trans and not becoming a woman or the man that they felt that is it the access?
I feel like people are doing things for shock value. People are doing things to be content creators. I think that a person that is truly trans is content with themselves, rather the social media acknowledges them or not.
Right.
A person that is truly trans is happy in their transition and is happy that they are making strides in their transition. For a lot of people nowadays, being trans is a brand. Being trans is for shock value.
Yeah.
Being trans is for creating content. And for some of us, it wouldn't matter. If you took people like myself and Raheem and you removed us, we would still be you know what I'm saying, the man and woman that we are. We are not living our lives for appearances. We are not living our lives to be the next big thing in ballroom or to be the realest thing. We could give a fuck if people think that we're real or whatever. We're comfortable in who we are and in our transitions.
Amen to that.
Oh, you second that?
Yeah, for sure. I don't live my life for ballroom. I didn't do this for ballroom. I didn't do it to be accepted. It was for me, you know.
You just living in truth.
So from something that I wanted to do for my happiness, you know. So it has nothing to do with ballroom. But I know there are people who do it.
Okay. Shouts out to them.
A lot of people transition for the wrong reasons. Some people detransition, but that's a whole other topic.
I think next season that's a good topic. What are
There's
the
a
right
lot
and real quality reasons in order for you to live your true life and transition, as opposed to doing it to be trendy?
But you know what? I will answer
Truth
that
versus
now.
trendy.
It has to be something that is for you. I know several people who, some people transition because they were doing sex work and they got in drag and they made more money as a girl. Some people transition because, and these are, early on days or, old school. But some of the girls transition because they walked the ball up in drag and it was over for them and it was, the only way you can truly be happy being trans is because you have to make the decision for you. Even having these surgeries and all these things are taxing, but if you feel it's worth it and it makes you a complete person. So that's what it's really about. But we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Now take a look into the memoir, The Pretty Boy with the House in Virginia, written by Brennan Ortiz. It speaks about the Brooklyn native going through tragic deaths, losing his mother from cancer at 16 years old, and having to find out his own sexuality throughout the LGBT community. Coming out to his family and being kind of somewhat understood, but not understood. Later on, going through these tragic deaths and going through this tragic lifestyle, he contracted the HIV virus.
shedding light on the importance of his promiscuous lifestyle. He shares his story and testimony with you all. Purchase this book today on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and anywhere else books are sold.
Real or not? I'm tired of that narrative.
Okay.
Like, why are they the ones choosing and telling people if they real or not? Who the hell left them in charge?
Okay, so tuning back in with us, we are discussing the privilege in being passable as a trans person, as a gay person, as a non-binary person. How you show up in society. Are you undetectable? Can people look at you and tell if you are gay or trans or other? So let's get into it. How important do you feel it is to be passable as a gay male? Brandon, how do you feel like? Do you not care if people can read your sexuality when they look at you, or do you make an extra effort to be heterosexual presenting? What's your take on this?
I feel like one, again, I think I might have explained it in one of the episodes this season, is that I'm just me. My voice is my voice. I walk the way I walk. I talk the way I talk. I'm built the way I built. It's just me. Do I think it's important? I think in terms of safety, as again, the time that I was brought up, it was safety. When I had to walk in Brownsville and East New York, it was like, you manned up, but I also can't help who I am. I still was always an eclectic and an eccentric child. Like, I was into what I was into, and I was into that. I didn't cut school and go have sex. I cut school and I went to 106 in Park, and I went to, TRL and thrusted myself into that, immersed myself in the world of media. So I was just already weird and different. When it came to gay, as I said, I always felt like it was one imposed on me. In terms of me being attracted to men, I've always had that attraction from a little boy, but the actual lifestyle with people saying, oh, you're a butch queen, you understand what I'm saying? So that was imposed on me. It's not something that I think is a standard. My standard is being a good person. I want, whether if you're a trans, if you're non-binary, if you're straight, if you're a woman, you're a man, you're a giraffe, a zebra, when you come in contact with me, with Brandon Thought or Brandon, that I was 100% genuine in however my presentation was to you. That I'm not putting on. I'm like this now, I'll be like this tomorrow, I might be like this in years from now.
So yeah, that's that perspective is very unique. I think that a lot of gay men historically have tried to play more to the masculine side because they felt it's easier. People are more attracted to the masculinity.
But some people haven't told them that it didn't look real.
Yeah.
Like when you try hard, when you die hard. I think Kanye said that a long time ago. Like you're trying, it doesn't look authentic, it's not real. And even to the passable, to the people who are in the other spectrums in sexuality, the DLs, back to our other conversation with the pansexuals, like you go every day, oh, I want you to look like when my boys, when we together, they can't tell nothing. Well, why the hell are you and I together?
And that's really crazy because to me, the most feminine thing that you could do is desire a man.
Yeah. I used to feel like
and want to be with a man.
I always said if someone was naturally attracted to me, I always say that they're a bottom. That was an assumption when I first came out. I was like, you like me? Oh, you're a bottom. That's the truth.
But then, they could look at you and be like, damn, you think this shit, I want to get in them,
They could, but that's rare.
It's all about
it's rare.
Perception. But let's shift it a little bit. As trans people, I think the dynamic of being passable is a little different for us. We are measured by society and by community on our passability. Almost to a point, Rod, I would say that is toxic.
It is.
Because of the way that we are expected to show up, and we are not, in a lot of cases, accepted unless we show up a certain way.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit, like the dynamic of the pressure or the expectation that's put on trans people in regards to the way that we are expected to show up.
I feel like the pressure comes from within our own community. It's not really outside of the community. It's within the community because of them knowing what it is. It's like they expect you to show up a certain way. If you're a trans woman, you have to be this. If you're a trans man, you need to be carrying yourself this way. I believe that outside of the community, the only pressure is getting through the neighborhood safely. It's not really about, because if they don't know, there's no pressure. You know what I'm saying? The pressure is really from within our community. There's so much expectations that are put on us as people of trans experience, you know? And then also feeling like you have to carry yourself a certain way or else people are going to begin to disrespect you, you know what I mean? Because you are not carrying yourself in the way they feel like you should be carrying yourself, you know?
I understand.
But this is like an ongoing topic. It can go on and on and on forever. I'm serious because there's so much to unpack from it.
You know what's something I want to touch on, and that is, you know, being LGBTQ, being trans, a trans woman. The average life expectancy for a trans woman is about 34, 35. I'm not exactly sure what it is for trans men, etc.
Okay.
But I want to talk about aging while LGBT.
Right.
Because I feel like our community is very youth obsessed. So let's talk about, you know, and like what is it like we don't really think about or look at trans people who are like up and have made it into their 60s, and even gay men who are you know, that what are some things that we could do to start, because everything is youth. I work for community-based organization. Everything is so youth obsessed. Oh, I love when you call me. I'm gonna call you back, baby.
And also,
everything is so youth obsessed. But you know, what provisions are we making for our elder trans people, or people who, Ryan, you know this, there are people who have contributed heavy to like ballroom and different things, and they died miserably. Paris, from Paris is Burning, died in her apartment. She was in her apartment for months before people came and found her body.
That's crazy.
So I'm just bringing that point up because we are so youth obsessed, and we, you know, use people when they're in their prime, and as long as they're voguing and doing all these things that they But what do we do when this person who is trans, who has put on for the community, somehow gets cancer from hormones, or has silicone and can no longer.
Which a lot of that is.
How are we showing up for these people, and what can we do to show up for them better? What type of outreach do we need to do, or who do we need to talk to talk about the people who in our community who are aging? Because some of us do make it to retirement age.
65,
yeah.
85.
So
I believe it's the way that you are taking care of yourself. It's your environment. You know, it could be the people that you're around, your upbringing, what type of love some people are not, they don't receive the love that they should, you know what I mean? So all of that plays a part. I do believe that plays a part in the longevity of a person's life. You know, some people have partners, that helps as well, you know. There are people who are single, but they still live longer than others. So, I mean, it's different things that play a part.
But as far as community, how can we show up as community? Our producer told us earlier that there is some senior LGBT housing somewhere in the city. No, and I don't know why you laughing at that, but
Because he
how
told me that
can
I
we
can
show
qualify.
up, for community? What are some things that we need to think about?
I think we should show up in more than one way, right?
Yeah.
Because in one of our episodes, we also talked about like our era who shows up and we look good and we make it look so good. So I think that's one way that we show up. I think another way that we show up is actually putting in the work. Things that we want done for us.
Yes.
Because at one point we're going to be those people and we're going to want, whether it's a gay son, a gay daughter, a niece, a nephew, aunt, uncle, whoever you have that's in a supportive magnitude with you to show up and sit with you and whatever you like to do, crosswords or watch old ballroom videos on whatever device they'll have back then when we're getting old, or just show up and show support. A lot of times we're first generation LGBTQI. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't even know what to do to show those elders. We're just now seeing them. For me, getting older and having a walker and being like, well, I remember that person invited me to my first ball. Now they're in a walker, and that's checking up on them.
Yeah.
That's even if they're receptive to it or not. That's making sure that we preserve, not just us, but a legacy. Whether we're in ballroom, we're legendary, or not. Well, we preserve. And we be persistent with preservation.
Well, let me tell the response audience right now. I'm going to be surged, and I'm going to get stem cell, replacement and everything. So I'll be forever young, while the girls age.
I'm not getting all that. My spirit is just very youthful. That's what keeps me youthful, is my spirit. And that is why people do not believe my age, is because my spirit is so youthful. Yes. Okay. So I believe that is the main thing for people, is whatever your spirit, how's your spirit. Some people are young and have old spirits.
I think, and we're going to start to wrap it up here again. This has been our finale of our pilot. We appreciate everyone that has tuned in, but I just really want to say, no matter where we are, as a community, we need to, as a community, assist our youth. We need to assist the people who are growing and flourishing through the community, and we need to assist the people who have been through and paved the way and are on, another side. I think we need to be well-rounded in our advocacy and in the things that we invest in. We don't need to only look after our young people, but we also need to look after the people who have paved the way. A lot of things that we are doing now, we would not be able to do if those girls wouldn't have done the things that they did. Right. If, that first LGBT person wouldn't have opened an organization. Now we have tons of organizations and we get tons of funding and, so it's our responsibility to carry the torch and show them how to do it gracefully, right? So, you know what, we are going to wrap up, and again, I want to, be very gracious in thanking you all for joining us and tuning into us and, just letting us express to understand and chiming in and all of your comments and your love and, all of those things. So, any final thoughts, Ra, for the season finale?
It was fun.
It was fun.
Mine is, I humbly appreciate the producers, my fellow respondents, Radio Rise, Miss Tia Carter, myself for even showing up, all of you for showing up all the freaking time. Your comments, y'all say we not talking about this, we not talking about that, but we are, and we will, and we'll be back. And we'll miss you, but you'll miss us, and you'll be back. Yeah. Duh.
We appreciate you guys for watching. Of course, always support. Thank you guys for having me be a part of this wonderful team. Yes. This was really dope.
Okay. So I just want to say, yes, we are wrapping up our pilot season for episode 1, but we will be back with our Unplugged series.
Yes.
Random Thoughts will be going, and we will still be bringing you community highlights.
Yes.
We look forward to seeing you at the top of the year. And I just want to say a lot of things that are encouraging seem very cliche, but keep going, work hard, all of those things, and just keep striving for better. And until we see you, peace out. The Response.
Happy holiday too, right? Happy
holidays, y'all. Okay. Yeah.
From executive producers Brennan Ortiz and Chauncey C. brings to you an LGBTQIA talk show where they express to understand. With hosts like Miss Carter, Random Thoughts, and Radio Ronnie.